Here's a voice note that came through today. Hopefully we can actually put our heads together on this one.
Hi, the 36 Avenue.
Hi.
Can you please guys help me? I'm in a relationship with my boyfriend who we have been together for 5 years, and in our relationship, I have a daughter who is out of our relationship. And last year, I had our twins. I gave birth to our twins, and for Christmas we went to visit Batubako Kabone, and then his mom called me to the bedroom and she said it's something urgent. So I didn't hesitate. I went to the bedroom and she told me that these are not her kids. These are not her kids, and she will not accept the kids because of she knows her is infertile. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, how did you find out? She didn't even want to reveal that. She just told me that I need to tell the son that these are not his kids. And I was like, but wait, now that news, I also have to reveal he's infertile. Where would I then say I got the information? So now I need you guys to help me. Should I just let her do the things and hope that this kid is his? Maybe he got healed, I don't know how, because of these things do happen. You might think, oh, they're infertile, can he or not? But then again, I'm like, what if really he is infertile? Now I have to reveal that I want to get in a relationship. Can you please just help me? What do I do?
Yo.
That's a lot, guys.
The story doesn't get better.
No, it does not. Also the mom. Hey, the mom. Tact. I don't know. Something. Why is she telling this woman? And how is she so sure about what she's saying?
It sounds like she is now, because in the clip, the lady towards the end says, now I have to reveal that I've cheated. So
Exactly.
she actually has cheated.
She has cheated. The lady has cheated. Now the problem is the man probably does not know that he's infertile, but his mom knows that he's infertile. So you see, it gets a little tricky. Not situation, or advise. That's the situation that we're dealing with. The weirdest thing for me, in this story is the mother knows and the man himself does not know what's going on in his life, right? What do you think should happen in this situation? Let's call her Sarah. While we all go gather our thoughts, we'll be back with some views, I hope you're gathering your views as well. It's a very tricky situation.
Isn't it that typically in those situations, especially if they find out when you're a kid that you are going to be infertile, or you are from at that point, they'll never tell you really.
You'll never find out.
Until a point where you'll get married and then they'll have your brother, just help out with the kids.
Okay, without your knowledge.
Without your
Happens
knowledge,
behind your back.
It's part of tradition.
Because
Because
just in case you're wondering.
That's how usually these things are dealt
with.
with.
Yes. How do they determine that you're infertile when you're still a child?
So it's a number of reasons, right? Maybe you have an accident. You are, say, 4. Chances are you'll never remember that accident, even if you do. But they won't tell you that you're infertile because they can't tell you that at that age. So they'll probably just keep it forever.
They tell your parents
until you're an adult, and then but one of your brothers, listen, your brother is married, but this is what happened. I'm gonna tell you this situation, so the brother has to step in, and then but the kids are yours, so you'll never know.
So the brother has like an affair with the brother's wife.
It's not even an affair. We can call it what consummate. Is that the word? Yeah, no, you never know. They never tell you. They can't tell you because there's a huge risk. Yes, but in a sense. Because you guys
more than me.
You and your brother, your DNA is 100%.
But you don't have to be identical.
Yes.
You can have the same DNA, but you don't have to be identical.
Yes.
The same way the twins don't have to be identical.
The same way ngwana hawa kana sa tshwane le wena and your partner tshwana le kokwa hao 3
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Which is a common thing. So it tricky le ndaba mayinjalo mntase. But yeah. But also telling you is a huge risk. Imagine my family tells me I can't have kids. I'm thinking, if I'm not going to have any kids, I might as well just be in China. What am I doing here? Why am I married? I could be traveling the world. Clearly, that's what I'm meant to do.
Now, you look at research. Research will tell you that male infertility can be a silent issue. And a lot of men are not aware that they've got infertility until they try to conceive with a partner. In fact, they tell you that the biggest giveaway, the biggest sign that there is infertility at play is the inability to conceive a child. You know, especially if you've been trying for a long time, then you might want to go in and maybe see like a fertility specialist or so. So I can show what actually happened or what is happening in this situation and how it ended up being the mother knowing instead of the son himself, right? Honestly, if the mother knows what she's done, if really there's any truth to it, I feel like she needs to bring it up. She needs to talk to her husband, come clean about everything, because imagine if somebody has that sort of information about you, they can obviously use it as leverage. You don't know to what extent, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a conversation that obviously the mother will have to just spearhead, decide if this is something they finally want to share with the son, because he is blindsided in so many ways, and this information is also quite unfair to some extent for this lady to have. Because if she comes clean to the guy and says, listen, this kid is actually not yours, then she has to explain, what do you mean this child is not mine? Have you been with somebody else? Was this done on purpose? And if you're telling me this kid is not mine, are you saying something about me? Because if it does not involve any infidelity within our relationship, clearly there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
And it's just so unfair in so many levels for her to be the one to break these news. It's not her story to tell. She should not have been involved in the first place. The mother is the one that needed to handle this differently and not force her to be the bearer of the truth.
So I just wonder, if she had not, let's say, stepped out, chances are she would have never found out that this is the situation that she's in, and chances are she would have probably gotten sworn at.
Yes.
While the family probably knows what's going on. We're not trying to move away from the fact that she did what she did. She did it, and I think that she definitely has to bring to the table, because it's unfair on the husband.
In the same breath, I think that's also the biggest question, because she knows that she stepped out at some point. The when is really important, because it leads to sort of like her calculating when she conceived and when the kids were born. So she also should have an idea really if these kids could be his or not, because if she was once involved in an outside relationship, but if that relationship is outside the timeline, then the kids might very well be his.
Normalized DNA tests.
Yeah.
Normalized DNA tests. How hectic, you know? Able to talk with this thing. I feel like it's so heartbreaking, because you know what? Why not tell your son when he gets married that this is the situation? We are sorry to break it to you now. But this is what you are dealing with, so that he himself knows when he gets into marriage that this is my situation. This is what I'm dealing with, so that the partner is fully aware of what they are bringing themselves into, because we obviously have conversations, we've got plans, this, that. This situation is sitting. The rest of the voice notes that you've actually sent, please just keep me anonymous, guys. Now, honestly, I don't like D-loads, Eddie snacks. So this lady must just come clean, linyalo lefele, and then she should pack, leave, and go stay with the father of her kids, because this is really unfair. And I think this thing. I agree with you.
The stay with the father is not guaranteed.
No. The fact that this man also is a handsball.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? Raising kids that are not yours, but also unknowingly raising them, right?
Yeah.
People should be given the right to decide what it is that they want in their situation. But Sarah did ask us for advice. So we, I guess, have to handle it with the utmost respect and sensitivity to say, what is the right thing to do in this situation? Does she come clean? Does she pack her bags and go home like the previous comment suggests? What should happen?
I wanted to say earlier, the mother-in-law is quite messy, and because of that, let it all loose.
Mother-in-law?
No. She, the lady with the twins.
Yeah.
Sarah. Abitsa family meeting. Listen, bear it all on the table. Make sure everybody knows everything, because now you're bombarded with this information that you didn't need in the first place. Sure,
exactly.
You also have your demons. You also have things that you did on the side. But it's quite unfair that you are the one with this information and you're the one that's needing to break it. It's not your story to tell.
Yeah, man. I feel like Wamurat. I feel like she really loves her husband, and maybe she's trying to salvage her marriage. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. There's
really
too much. You know, probably chances are we don't know. We cannot decide for the husband or how is he going to react. We cannot determine anything like that. You know what I mean? Mara, what if she's really like trying to protect what's left of the marriage? She doesn't want to be messy. If they do decide to continue, she still has to face the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
So Punya Sekagu, and then what happens thereafter? But it's such an unfair situation. Rory, what do you think she should do?
I think the wife should call Mogaile mother.
Okay.
Put them together and then upgrade.
Have a meeting, Punya Sekagu, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, all
Including
right.
the fact that she was unfaithful at some point.
Everything. But only the three of them.
Honey.
The mother wa gore.
Yes,
Yeah.
1 + 1 is 2. There's just no way. If they say this is what's going on and he decides to say, listen, let me actually go to a fertility clinic, let me go see a fertility specialist to see what's going on, then he can decide, or okay, what do I do with the matters of my life? This is what my mom kept from me.
Yeah.
This is what my wife did to me. What do I then do, you know?
Good afternoon, UFM. This is
Afternoon.
Anonymous from Rustenburg.
Hi, Anonymous.
I'm just wondering, he has this relationship Tuesday is so tricky. Because how is the mother so certain that her son is infertile?
My thing. That's
Khona
my
le
thing.
wishy-washy nyana.
Mhlawumbe.
Mhlambe uma wakhe umhambele enyangeni asazi. You know, but some mothers do that to their own sons.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know actually. And this woman says she cheated. Now she has to do a DNA test to verify if those kids are really her boyfriend's kids. And then if they are not, that is only when she can confess that those kids are not his. But if they are his and the mother happens to be wrong, then that mother must apologize, because some mother-in-laws are so evil.
It's very evil. Yeah.
Like, she's giving me the vibes of take this money and stay away from my son. You know, the kind of mothers. Ooh.
But also, my son's money must just only take care of me, and it must not go to anyone. You know, like, I wouldn't put what you said past anyone, for that matter. There are mothers that are that evil, that toxic, that want their children to themselves. But what do you think Sarah should do?
Hi, the 36 gang.
Afternoon.
Hi.
This is Ziggy Love. Like,
Hi, Ziggy Love.
Guys,
It had at all.
it hard, man. One would think even for like maybe motsadi ite baganyang le ngwana gagwe, kore like you'll never understand.
Yeah.
But nah, I don't think kore the woman should be the one o bolelang that abuti o nnete he etle. Yo mme o lena o slege. Yo. Like, she's putting this woman in a tight spot. Mara, this is guys, able
It's
to
unfair.
but I don't think she should be the one telling him. And how does she know or the son does not conceive?
We need that answer. I want to
O tseba jwang?
Bobo tle re go itse.
I check you hantle.
Bobo tle re batlo
Thank
itse
you.
ha e chekiweng. Bobo tle re batlo itse gore o itse byang. Like, net fela, I think ha ka no bolela gore o itse byang. That can actually bring a lot of peace to a lot of people.
But
Bobo.
sweetness,
Yeah.
as a mother yourself, you know that your child is unable to
Ngwana ka o na
bear
le- o na le
children.
5 years, ne?
Please.
I'm just saying.
No, and okay,
Yes.
hypothetically,
Let's start
you
there.
have an adult child, an adult son that you know very well they cannot bear children.
How
and
do you
then
know?
who marry? Okay, I gave an example earlier that there's kids that are involved in accidents as early as 4 or whatever age, and you cannot tell them this information that listen, for the rest of your life you will not be able to have kids because they won't be able to understand or comprehend that information, right? Even growing up, it gets to a certain point where you figure, if I tell them this information, I might end up losing my child because they'll figure they have nothing to live for. Instead, let them marry. The brother will step in and help with expanding their family.
I still feel like you're evil. You're an evil parent, period. Oh, you're an evil parent for not telling your child. I get it, you said they were too young, they couldn't handle it. Now they are growing, you feel like they won't have anything to live for. Now really they think they are raising a family, country. That is not the situation.
If it's the brother's kids, it's their family. Their DNA is 100%.
Unfortunately, in this situation, it's not the brother's kids. And that's what we're dealing with.
Because Sarah Nanyo
Kai Butsora Ngebelor Nelly, the brother's kid, Natlo Dirimalana, the mother. But unfortunately, that's not the case. She does not like the fact that her child is getting cheated on. But she's also overlooking the fact that she hid this reality from his son. And who's the one that's wrong in this particular situation? Because had everybody known, I'm pretty sure we'd be talking about something totally different.
Yeah.
What are the chances that something like that is going to happen anyway?